Hi, Ken Holmes at CertiKit here. Today I just wanted to cover 3 mistakes to avoid when defining your scope for ISO 27001. So the first mistake is to assume that you have to cover absolutely everything in your scope. So if you're a small organisation, that may make sense, and certainly for simplification of your ISMS, then it may be the best thing to do if you're small. If you have a particular purpose, or you're a larger organisation, or even a medium organisation, it may make sense to reduce the scope from everything to particular things. And you need to be able to define those, which we'll come on to later, but it could well be that your reasons for going for certification to 27001 revolve around proving that a particular service or a particular location is secure, and hence you want certification for that particular part. And that may speed up the process of certification because it means that you're not having to cover quite as much. So there are definite advantages in defining the scope in a particular way to achieve the objectives that you're trying to meet as part of certification. The second mistake is to not define your scope well enough, so not clearly enough. You need to be able to say which systems, which locations, which people are included within your scope so that they know exactly what they need to be doing, and that you can identify any dependencies and any areas of greyness around where there's a bit of scope bleed into some of those areas. So you need to be able to say fairly definitively, this is included, that's not. This may be a problem, sometimes this is an issue in terms of explaining exactly what the scope consists of, but whatever the makeup of your infrastructure and your locations and the other areas of your organisation, you need to be able to say what's in and what's not. So the third mistake is not to communicate the scope that you've decided upon adequately, both internally and externally. So internally within the people that are affected in the organisation by the scope and need to be on board with the ISMS, and externally with suppliers, with your certification body as well, because this is basically what's going to go on your certificate. So you need to be able to clearly define that and to tell them as early as possible, really, to get the certification bodies okay that the scope is reasonable and that there aren't further areas that would need to be included from their point of view. So communication is key. Early communication, particularly with the certification body, is very important. So that's it. Let us know in the comments if you think there are other mistakes that are commonly made when defining scope. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.